Namaste. Happy New Year. Although the bulk of my asana practice is based on traditional techniques, the totality or the essence of it is based on organic manifestation, creativity, randomness. Well, personally, my nature is that I'm not afraid to explore things and incorporate my life experiences. Well, as a personal trainer, as a power builder, as a weight training trainer, yeah, teacher, and even my my life experiences in general. Yeah, fitness has been my life since I was like 13, 14 years old. I started really very young. I didn't stop until this very day. I practically exercise every day because it's my life. It's my passion. It's my calling. Yeah, teaching is my calling. And well, to break the rules, yeah, of the books, yeah, well, I say there are benefits to exploring things and getting out of the box, yeah. And in doing so, yeah, I've realized, yeah, other, well, I say beautiful things of the practice. It makes my practice motivating, inspirational, creative, fun, yeah, and yeah, I say long-lasting, progressive, yeah. And well, you might call me like an unconventional practitioner, but yeah, it's your practice. It's my self practice, and whatever suits you based on your nature, based on your situation. Yeah, if it's serving you, it means you are doing it right. So my goal for today's lesson is to share with you, yeah, a practice of mine. Yeah, although we will be practicing traditional techniques, you will find out that in between them, we're going to do many unconventional drills, yeah, not related to yoga, some of them, most of them, yeah, or even, well, incorporate calisthenics, yeah, the principles of resistance training, weight training, those things. All right, so yeah, for today's practice, well, if you have the yoga blocks, yeah, I'd say a pair of yoga blocks. You might also use like a small elevation, yeah. Or you can also use like, if you don't have the yoga strap, you can just use belt, your necktie, or even your workout towel. All right, so we start. Yeah, downward facing dog, please. Yeah. Hips high, head down. And then here, allow your body to just move by pedaling the legs, pedaling the heels. You can also adjust your hands and shake them out. Good. And then find the breath. Every time you inhale, rising your hips high. On your out breath, lightly press backwards. You don't have to flatten your heels. And then can we sway from hip to hip, foot to foot, leg to leg, and even adjust your hands and you lightly lift that leg up and change. Yeah, you can bend that leg and then hang that knee a few times. Yeah. Our bodies are not perfectly symmetrical, and then by adapting to the differences, keep going and just allow the body to adjust itself. Yeah, you don't have to be perfectly linear. Yeah. Okay. All right. And then from there, right knee crosses through between the hands. Yeah, so you're sitting, and in here, falling from hip to hip. You can extend one arm over and let the head fall to that shoulder, and then stay a moment. And in here, breathe. Yeah. Through the nose, inhaling. You may retain the pressure 1 or 2 seconds inside, and exhale, let the body fall. You can even lift the hip up, and then rolling from side to side. All right, and then from there, push away, and then stepping back to down dog, and then do a few alternating leg lift to decompress the sacrolumbar hip joints. Good. And then the left foot steps up. Yeah. And then the other one. flattens to 45 degrees. And then just open, the Virabhadrasana number 2. In the second warrior, you can shake your hands and rest. Good. Reach over the head and then bend over that knee. And then keep going. Good. Swaying, you can lift that leg up. Inhale as you draw your body lightly over the front of the mat. And exhale, to the back of the mat. All right, and from there, changing angle, bending the right knee, and you can slide the hand low. If this is too, difficult for you, you can just use the block. And then just sway, and then loosen, arching, and then bending. Okay, all right. And then from there, towards the right leg, we bend. Shifting forward and back, and then stepping the other one to downward dog. And then just pedaling the heels, bending and stretching, swaying. And as before, lifting those legs to alternate leg left. All right, and this side of me is my, I say, loose side, more flexible side. The issue with if you're having a more flexible side is that you might feel that one, because it's too loose, some joints that tend to get in out of alignment or run away, because I use the side a lot in demoing. And then here, one side may be feeling a bit heavy, so you probably hold that stretch longer that side so you can catch up. All right, and then that left knee now threads through, and then sitting from hip to hip. You can even lift that leg, and then allow some circle to happen around the knee. Okay. You can rub forward with that back hip, and then rolling over the hip so this buttock lifts up. Okay. From there, pushing away to downward dog. Pedaling, cycling, lifting the alternate. Every time you lift the leg, inhale. And exhale as you place your foot down. You can even step a little bit wider than your conventional downward dog. And then notice what happens to my hand. I'm lifting that hand too, because I want to gain access to the deep internal side body, either in the Pingala, and then rubbing the tongue around the mouth. All right. And then stepping, the back foot, which is from this angle, the right forward, and then open to the second warrior. You can even do this, arching and coiling. Good. And reaching over the head and bending over the knee. All right. Breathing in as you roll forward. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale to settle. All right. And then changing, opening this knee out. Bring this one inward, with or without the block. Fingertips or hand flat, inside or outside. And then arching and bending. You can even sway that hip. And then back to the floor, either side of that foot, and then the other downward dog. Beautiful. All right. And from here, just walk up to the top of the mat. Exhale to a light forward bend. Rise to upright and left. Okay. And you can do a few of this, bouncing and loosening the joints, and then some high knees. All right. This is one of my favorites, actually. And this will require us to use what? A block. Yeah? Okay. I think I've talked about this in my last lesson. All right. Just step on that block. All right. And the other foot hanging. And then you can kick that leg up and down. Okay. If you're lucky enough to have something to hold on to at the top, like, for example, a wall, you can use that to support you. You can kick that leg up. All right. Keep going. And then down. So the principle is, you can even bounce that leg and then sway it. So you open already the side trunk. You can coil in and swing out. Exhale in, out, and swing in. Okay. All right, and then just marching the dog. Yeah, and then moving side to side, marching to standing. And then the other one, right? Stepping, hanging. You can even circle this leg around. Oh, I do lots of this. Well, it feels good, like breaking free from the commonality of the practice. Well, this is my nature. Yeah, I easily get bored. Yeah, and exploring things suits the energetic feeling inside, because our energies are not always flowing to the same, I say, situation, direction, or sensation, as it's always changing. Today, you might be feeling so light and open, and the next day, it's the opposite. And then by doing this, it's like you are trying to gain access to your deep physical and energetic compartments, without you forcing it. And then up and down. I feel light already. So I'm going to be practicing my strengthening component. And I'll start with the handstanding. Okay, and even the way I do my handstand, sometimes I do a wide leg, sometimes narrow. My hands may not be perfectly aligned. One hand is a little bit forward than the other, depending on your nature. But one thing is the same, it's the breath. Without the breath, I can do my practice. I'm not physically strong, but I can carry myself using the breath. Good. Uddiyana Bandha, inhale, and exhale. All right. Shifting forward and at the top of the breath, press up to stand, and you don't have to be perfect. The first try is always the bad try, and you're not alone. You're lucky if you're going to get it in one go. Exhale, breathing in, lifting, and then here. Okay, see? It means you still need preparation. And what I'll do, I don't force it. I'll try to open my body even more by doing those preparatory drills. Good. Kicking the joint, circling around. And then this promotes balance as well. Since you are standing on one leg. All right. And let me try again. You can even bounce up and down and loosen the mental heaviness. Good. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. Push away. And then keep going. All right. Good. And then here, focus on the breath. Inhale. Exhaling. Inhale. Pushing longer. All right. About 3-5 breaths. Breathing in. All right. Inhalation to prepare. And then touch the earth. Exhale. All right. Up. Jumping up and down. All right. And even do a bit of this, side to side, swaying, wrapping and twisting. Good. And then some knee circles. And high knees too. Okay. And then back to the mat. Stepping this left leg forward. You can just do the practice. Bending the knee and circle over the head. Breathing in. Exhaling. And flow again. All right. Lifting up and down. You can kick that leg up. Good. Arching. Good. And then changing the other one. Same as before. Side angle position. In and out. All right. Both hands down. And step away. Downward dog. All right. Alternate leg left.
Okay, the other one. All right, this front leg closest to me, but stepping up, and the other one down. And then from here, facing the front of the mat, or the vertical side of the mat. And here, we're bending and slightly arching, and then circling around. You might lightly arch and hang. Okay, and then back to the ground. All right, and open, but breathing in, breathing out. All right, I'll do another one, and stand. Okay. Yeah, inhaling, see, exhaling, inhale. There's a breath pattern, and I will just clip the breath so I can push myself up until my hips go over my shoulders and continue lifting up to the full balance. Like that. And exhale, and inhale as you press even more. And there we go. So if you notice, even my legs are not perfectly balanced. My left side is longer than the other one. So I keep adjusting and breathing through it. 3, 2, and 1. Inhaling, and touch the floor, exhale. All right, and up. Jumping up and down. Yeah, many moons ago, it's no issue for me pressing and floating. But our bodies change. Huh? Even our preferences change. And you can't be bothered. And if you've watched my video regarding the progression, yeah, you have to enjoy your practice, yeah, so that when you transition to the next stage, there's no regret. And I've enjoyed that part of my practice, the physicality of it, although it's still physical. I mean, the muscularity, yeah. But yeah, I still can do them, but I approach them differently. Okay, and then stepping, yeah, the right leg forward, and then just do a bit of a side-to-side circle. And then sometimes, a lot of times, I even forget doing one side. Yeah. Okay, and then opposite. Yeah, let's do a side stretch again, coiling in and out. Okay, and you can even bounce the leg up and down. Good. And back to downward dog. Alternating leg lift. If you've been following this, even if you're not doing the handstand, just the flow, feels good, right? Like there's no rules. But you still practice traditional ones. And just the Virabhadrasana one, and even my Warrior one is not as perfect as the books. It just mimics the shape of the position, but internally it feels light, feels open. Okay, back to the floor, and turn again wide. Okay, I do sometimes 2, 3, 4 handstanding. Depends. Exhale. Let me do another one. For this round, I'll try to engage my throat bandha, or my tongue bandha. Yeah, I will slide my tongue to the hard palate and towards the soft palate, and then draw it up. And I use my tongue, to seemingly carry the weight of my body. All right. Try again. Yeah, and approaching the same technique using different methods. Yeah, it's really very, I say, motivating, interesting, fun. when I use my tongue, it's just so light. All right. Breathe. Okay. Inhaling and exhaling. Well done, me. Well done, us. All right. Up and down. And side to side. Okay, and let's do the block drills again. A good way to recover the upper back while still maintaining the energy flow. Every time you drop the side up, inhale the shoulders and the side body higher. You can even dangle like this. Okay, the other one. Beautiful. Well, it feels like. And it's good to balance. Yeah? I think, especially if you're doing yoga for most of your life, and you've reached that age of, it's natural, our balance wears off. Now it's just good to maintain our balancing skills by what? Practicing balancing techniques. Okay, right. I think I've had enough of the handstanding. So I'll just sit, yeah, and from the sitting, reclining, and then rocking up and down. Beautiful, good. So I'll have a little bit of a break from the power component. Now I'm gonna open my hips. Okay, now from here, yeah, reaching one arm over the head, and the other one extending to the side with the same leg. Okay, now, although I can reach over the head, I'll show you one tip on how you can attain that same openness using the strap. All right? Even if you can use it freely with your hand, with the strap, with the additional prop, you can adjust more and then find the edge, kicking that leg up and down. All right, and circling around. Yeah. If you want to invest on a yoga equipment, I say there are like just a couple of them that I really recommend you to purchase, and they are, I say, durable, and then they are a lifetime investment. One is a good yoga strap. And then for this one, it's actually elastic. And we're lucky here in New Zealand to have a studio. Yeah. They make this one elastic, and although firm and sturdy, you can adjust by either pulling using the arm or kicking using the leg. And I think they ship worldwide too. Not sure. Yeah. Let me know, and probably I could ask for you. All right, and I could connect you to them. All right, going in and out of that shoulder and circling around the hip. Notice when I practice, I'm quite restless because I feel the energy there is not steady. It's always moving. Yeah, the playful energy. And I'll do this side one more. Oh. All right. If you're using the strap, instead of bending to the elbow, try to stretch the arm and then kick using this leg. And this way, this elastic strap is very good because you can either use the elasticity of the strap to adjust using that foot. And the other one. All right. And for the next few, I'll just do it freely with the hand, Coiling in and out. If there's one drill that I've talked about the most in this platform, is the sticks drill, yeah? I don't have a name for this, but feels good. All right, and a few swings to counter, to stretch the posterior side trap. All right, because my next element is actually dynamism. Good, and this, will require us to use the props again. All right, and sitting back or stretching back the downward dog, right, bending. Right. If you're not jumping through them, just cross the legs and dangle yourself through. And a few side to side like that. Okay, and a traditional one, the sitting forward bend. Inhaling, reach over nice and long. Exhaling. All right. Aside from the strap, blocks are good. Yeah, the cork ones are good. When I was starting, I used timbers. Yeah. Wood. Yeah. Yeah. Your time will come. Yeah. And then these are not expensive ones. I got it from a local shop. What? Yeah. 6, 7 New Zealand dollars each. So, yeah. We've spent more in other things. Okay, and up to sit, all the way up. Exhale, and swinging. But there are really good ones, the thicker ones, and they are quite sturdy. And then if you have the thicker ones, you have more elevation. Okay, from there, rubbing in and out. All right, let's do the back leg under, which is the left and the right on top. You can either do the easy cross or the binding half Matsyasana. Good, and now moving from hip to hip. Okay, and easy, traction the neck. And even if you're practicing traditional technique, for example, this one, there's always a need to feel the edges, circle around, breathing through it. Okay, from there, untangle, bring your props with you. As you circle around the other way, and do alternate leg lift. And even that transition, it's very me. Okay, and then from there, if you're working on your jump through, and then you're confident on fitting yourself through in one go, you can do that. But be careful, if not, just cross one leg after one at a time. All right. We'll sit through. Okay, free the prop. And a few, this, get the leg. And then you can do a seemingly archer position. Okay, before you practice the Paschimottanasana. Okay, pushing your heel away, to lengthen the back, and then pointing your toes forward to open the front, and then combine. Toes, tops of the feet are pointed, and you flex your toes. You can also use the strap in assisting you. But if you can, why not? Just reach for your big toes. And then settle. All right. And another prop I'd recommend you to invest on is a good bolster, like the rounded pillow. And you probably have seen me practice with those bolster many times, okay? I even made, before I acquired the yoga bolsters, I improvised. I rolled blankets, towels, old mats, and I wrapped them around together using an improvised pillowcase, rounded pillowcase. And until now I use that. The white one.
even if I have those yoga poses already, I still prefer my good old one because it's firmer. It's more, I say, yeah, steady. Yeah. Although it contours the joints, yeah, it still have that firmness in the grip. All right, untangle. Bring your prop with you. Okay, let's have 2 more of this. Okay, alternate leg left. Dangle. All right, crouching and sitting. So the breath pattern is inhale to prepare at the top of the breath, clip. Yeah, yeah, a little bit of a shrug. Again, yeah, shrugging. Yeah, weight training. Yeah. And then you incorporate the stability of the upper back and the breath making you light and the agility in one go. That's inhaling and through. Beautiful. Okay, from there, roll on the back and rocking up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, and let me do another round of side stretching with knee circling. And the other one. All right, or use the strap if it's you. Okay, from there, rocking up and down. Bring the body up. Okay, yeah, you can just step back. I'll try to do V, jump back, press down, and float back. Inhale and exhale. All right, alternate leg left. Our last. Bending. Okay. Right, prop work. Breath pattern. Inhaling, sit, and clipping the breath. And through the sit. All right, and bring your body down, rocking to motion. Yeah. A few side to side. This one, yeah. Another drill I say realize is when you roll through the hip joint, yeah, it makes the body very light. You might not be at this stage where you're so internally sensitive, but still, yeah, initiate your body already into seemingly random movement. Yeah, there's a name for this actually. It's called guyasanas. Yeah, guyasanas are like yoga asanas, but they are not. There's no name for them. Yeah, you just flow, depending on how your body feels and how your energy flows inside. All right. Yeah, the breath pattern, inhale with the anabandha, and then you bring yourself backwards. Okay, and then up, and backwards. Okay, up and down we go. Up and down we go. Okay, and let's practice the jump up to stand. Yeah, same breath pattern, same. It's universal. Inhale. I think I can push it all the way up to handstand. Why not? All right. All right, light. Because our bodies can just do much. If we force our bodies because of the rules, then what if our bodies are not able to do them? Does it mean we have to stop the practice? No. Yeah. We have to transition so we can practice those things we love doing. And then for me, I love the physicality of it. You might call it the shallow nature, but well, I'm an earth element, and without the asana, I can't go deeper into the meditative state. Some of us are just like that, and most of us are like that. The body is the pathway of the energy. If the body is closed, then what?
there's no way for us to gain access to the inner pockets. But there are people, they're more into this, I say, energetic temperament or nature. Yeah. They're gifted. Probably, if you're one of them, you don't need this. All you need to do is what? For example, just move the spine in various directions. Simple asanas will do. And then you can fully open internally already. Although, yeah, you might consider some of the things that we've been doing now excessive. Well, it's me. It's my way of fitness as well. Okay? All right. And I'll do another one of the jump up to stand. Or I can jump it up to handstand. Otherwise, just when you can. Exhale, inhale. And I can still, yeah. So much more lightness there. Breathe through it. And I'll try to control this one so I can sit and through the flow. Beautiful. All right. The next stage of my practice is preparation to deeper extension. Yeah. So I'll use my strap again on the back. Okay. In here, I will now slow down on the muscularity of the practice. I mean the dynamism, the activity, but I will try now to go deeply into my energetic anatomy. Okay, and it includes, the hip joints, the hip socket, the shoulders, the spaces between the discs of the spine, the tongue, the mouth, and the whole system in general. And the other one. There's no two sessions that are the same when I practice. It's always different. And then sometimes, not only when I practice, also when I teach. After a session, for example, or after a class, a student will approach me and would request me to do the same flow for them the next time. I can't even remember what I did that particular class. I can remember the structure because I write my sequence, but the details, how I transition from one position to the other, another, it's different, organic. All right, beautiful. Up and down, up and down. Yeah, I think I can do the Dhanurasana. I generally would do this one towards the last, but I feel like light in the spine already. I can do this at this stage. Okay. Yeah, you can look over shoulder to shoulder so you can readjust. Okay, and the other one, you can even walk the feet. And then just settle. Okay, breathing in. Exhale, soften a bit. All right, breathing in. Every time you lift off from the weight-bearing position, inhale before you release the technique and exhale all the way down. All right. Good. Circle around there to free the inner spaces of the hips, the femur bone, the head of the thigh bone, the sockets around the hips, and a few side to side. After back bend, I find side stretching so restoring. Okay, even can I use my hand there to open in between my shoulder blades, my spine, and the tongue. Okay, from there, up to sitting. Okay, and I'll do alternate leg lift. It's a moving practice, that's me. Okay, and my first round of the camel. Yeah. Like I'm throwing myself up and back. Yeah. Here you can look over, shoulder to shoulder, still walk the knees to reposition and find the center. Yeah, throw in. You can hang loose, free the head if you need, so you can reconnect to your lower part. All right. And down. And let me do a vinyasa. Alternate leg lift. And then stepping this foot forward. And the other one drops. Good. You can just stay here if you're not progressing to the full version. Exhaling. Okay. There, I need to lift the knees. I can reposition that hip forward and the other hip backwards. And coiling, like spiraling inside, in and out. Like I'm tracing the lines of my joints. So I can free the spine. All right. And the lightness is expressed. The openness is expressed. With the lightness and the back bend. Okay. And breathing. Yeah, don't be afraid to look over one shoulder, adjusting. And up. Oh, yeah, back bends. Probably you know that already. They are my weakness. But they're my nemesis. I used to dread back bend. I would have all the excuses to avoid them, but inevitably, yeah, you can transition to that as well. Yeah. And after one side, I'll just hang loose. Yeah, lifting like a swing. All right. And I'll try to hang. Yeah. Move the weight of the arms out of the spine so you can move the chest open. You can fold and stretch. You can open the elbow. Where you can sway, look over your shoulders. You can lightly bend and stretch. Hang loose. One more tip. If you are breaking through your Kapotasana, so you can look over one shoulder. It's good to realize that your feet are closed. No? And then, since you know they're there, you don't have to force your neck. Elbows up, like you're cupping the head, and let them fall. And reach. Again, the first time is always the heavier try, so don't force. And then just allow a few moments of relaxing here. Okay?
And if the openness is there, what I'll do is sway, okay? And from there, I'll try to inch my knees closer to the midline. Because as you curl back, inevitably the knees are open. Now what you do is you want to bring them back to the center. And breathe. All right. Breathing in. And release. Ooh.
I won't lie, back bends are really challenging, but very strengthening, rewarding. Probably, if there's one asana that I have done the most this year, or last year in 2023, it's the Kapotasana. I practice that almost daily. And I can just count the days I've not done Kapotasana. And backwards. But again, it's just me. I teach yoga. I teach yoga asana. And it helps me gain more, I say, internal knowledge, so I can share them to my students. Let me just angle the other way so you can have a look if you're an observer. Although I've given like a close-up tutorial of what's happening with that back foot in the Kapotasana, but still, you might benefit from this. Bring them to the midline after lifting the spine to the vertical, see? Up to the vertical. Yeah. Bring them to the midline so you can hang
without compensating your hips. Midline, like this leg goes forward, and then the other one pulls back, and that stabilizes the hips. You did loosen, open the elbows, so you can open the chest. You can slightly shift forward and back. All right. And here I'm ready to reach for my heel. But the first time I was on the floor. So it means I need to do the sides twice. And down. We all have our stronger side, and this is my stronger side. Or probably I've done the preparation already. All right. And up. And come up. Whew. Now easy. And it feels good. And recenter. Kapotasana. I'll approach this one from the perspective of the tongue. So I'll place my tongue behind my bottom gum, and I'll use that bandha to collect my spine. You will see the way I approach it is deeper and lighter. Because I'm using my tongue and collecting my spine, gaining access to the muscles surrounding my lower belly so they can support me, stabilizing the hips. And touch. No pain, no heaviness. Lightness, openness, freedom. So you can relax in the posture. And then while there, I can release the position so you can adjust, refine, and go back. All right. And up, and kneel. All right, and up,
I don't start doing the handstanding, the jumping, those ones, but I start doing backbends. One of the most challenging, if not the most challenging of all. Okay, let me just adjust the camera so I can see. I think it's too bright. Take this opportunity to have the break. Okay, am I still in focus? Yes. All right. Let me approach it from here. The other one. Yeah. Coiling in and out, spiraling, vertical. From the vertical, collect to the midline, like you're gripping the mat to the mid or to the center, towards the middle. Okay. And here, with this foot, I need to adjust the ankle to open. And before I connect to the floor. And this is my more flexible side. I was looking over that side because I'm so used to the camera over that shoulder, but breathe. All right, and up. And whew. Kapotasana. Vertical. No squeezing. That's one technique that I want you to develop right away. The moment you squeeze the body, you'll develop the habit. And then when you develop that habit, it's so difficult to break. So not just in the practice of asana, but also in our lives in general, how we manage our lives on and off the mat. For example, you find yourself lazy practicing. Don't allow it. Practice. The moment you've given up, or you've give in to the calling, of your senses, meaning justifying the weakness because they're lazy, it's going to repeat itself. Now, so try your best. You don't have to practice deep ones, but the fact that you tried your best and you didn't give in to the calling of the laziness, you're living the life. Now remember my lesson about the obstacles, not just the practice, our diet, our social lives, our emotional, and how we manage stress. Good. And then even how we approach the structure. Yes, rules are there, to guide us safely, but don't be afraid to break them. Explore. Only through exploration you will know the mistakes. But of course, you have to approach it with care. And that's the role of the teacher. That's my role why I'm here. Because I've been through them, most of them. I remind you, I caution you. Because sometimes, yeah, especially as beginners, we are always in a race. Who gets there the first? It's not about that. I can only speak for myself, but yoga, although it's beautiful, asana, pranayama, yoga in general, is a beautiful practice, but we have to be very careful. It's not danger-free. You can easily fall and do this notion, and then it might be too late because you've hurt yourself. And then to come back might take a long time. Yeah, that is if you can still come back. You know what I mean? What if the pain is permanent? Yeah. Yes, you can always come back, but you know,
The trauma will always be there. And every time you're faced with the same situation, the mind may not be as open.
yeah. I've not hurt myself doing yoga asana. Not a single one. I probably have bruised my, doing, for example, Pincha Mayurasana or forearm stand when I was learning it. But that's, that's the most. Yeah. I probably have burned my skin, doing kneeling back bends. I probably have, but very superficial. Yeah. Discomforts are part of it, but not pain. Okay. And here I'm changing my breathing patterns, if you notice, because I'm now going deep into my hips. So I'm practicing the Plavini and lots of tongue movement. All right. Oh. And in this part of my practice, it's actually the most sensitive of all. If back bends are one of the most challenging, but back bends are pretty safe if you're going to ask me, but there's deep hip openers. I don't recommend you to practice them without ample and sufficient preparation, not just in the practice itself, but the totality of the many years of your practice. And I'll do Kapotasana
to reset my spine. But the way I approach Kapotasana after the Mula Bandhasana is different. I'm combining the openness in the hips, and I'm breathing through those pockets, using my tongue. You probably can hear the sudden change in the way I breathe. Yet, light as the cotton. I'm using my mouth to open my pelvic cavity. That's the essence of Plavini.
Like I'm swallowing the energy and then utilize the bandhas inside and channeling the energy to the middle channel, the Ida and the Pingala, and towards the Sushumna. So this is now the mudra part. Mudra are energetic, energy channeling techniques for us to direct the energy we harness from the lower regions of our body to the brain.
And breathing through it.
Swaying around. this session is good, right? You might not be able to practice them all, but you're learning through the discussion or the talk. Okay, and roll on the back. Yeah, and circle around. All right. By the way, if you wanna, practice with me, and you can't do those deep hip openers, you can just do this instead of the Mula Bandhasana. And then just flow through it after each round. If you can't do the Kapotasana, you can't do you can just do Ustrasana. Or even you can do the Ustrasana using the prop. Yeah? There's no preventing you from practicing with me because those ones are deep. And the favorite again, side stretch. Yeah, side stretching, they're very complementary to back bends, because in back bends they open backwards, vertically and laterally. Yeah, side stretch does the lateral part. The shoulders and the nadis. Can kick that leg up and down to loosen the joints. And don't be afraid to explore the tongue. Yeah. When it happened to me, I didn't actually learn how to utilize the tongue. It just happens. The first I realized, I felt like the bottom of the gums become sensitive, like I can breathe through my gums. Yeah, the mental nerves there become energetically sensitive, and I can collect the heaviness out by using the gums and the tongue and then breathing through them. Yeah. Those are organic mudras. Mudras, in their organic sense, like you don't have to do them. They are like involuntary. Bandhas and mudras, they're similar in the way that there are ways for us to channelize the energy from the peripheries, meaning from the sides, to the midline. And then mudras, particularly in conjunction with the bandhas, channelizes the energy, which we harness down the midline, collect the energy down the pelvis, and lift it up towards the brain, and then piercing through the many channels there. All right, so what do you do next? Okay, I'll try and do Supta Konasana or Supta Kandasana. Okay, I'll do a few of this first. All right, and up and down. Okay, this one. Right. All right. If you're studying theoretically, for example, this position, the Kandasana, so what is the principle and the concept behind it? We turn the thigh bones out so we can gain access to the triangular part of the sacrum, because hidden in between the joints of the sacrum, the low back, and the femur bone, is actually the Kundalini energy. All right. The restless component of the Apanavayu, up and down. Okay, and this one I'm gonna flip over to my inversion. Okay. After back bend inversion, should be approached with care. All right. Just the first round of the Viparita Karani Mudra. Okay. And rolling over to the Halasana.
Try to reach for my toes. This is a deep flexion, this one. So make sure you're not rounding the back. Draw in from the core. Tip your tail towards the opposite part of the mat so you're not rounded. All right, easy. Like your spine moves from disc to disc, joint to joint, down the floor. Oh, feels good. And circle back like the energy goes, and then your brain opens up. That's why mudras, they are preparatory for meditation, because mudras open the brain. Like you're sending the energy up there, to fire the brain cells, the nerves, and the neurons, and the electrical circuitry of the nervous system. CNS, the central nervous system, over the shoulders. If you're not a fan of the vinyasa, just sit. If I feel like doing a few of the leg lift, why not? Yeah. For me, this is also a mudra, because I can feel the energy goes from the toes, climb up to the shin, wraps around, and I will collect it from here, and draw it upwards, and hang loose. I practice this drill, not just in the asana, even while working admin. If I feel the lower back becomes heavy, I'll stand up and do this, and then go back to the desk. All right, I'll try to shorten the practice already. I'll skip the Padmasana, Baddha Padmasana. I'll go straight to the Kandasana. All right, what is the alternative for the Kandasana? You might want to practice what? Say this one, just circle around, and you can swing the knee side to side, yeah? And then just change legs after, yeah, some breaths there, and up, okay. Mm-hmm. Even my hands, I can't fully explain to you why my hands do that every time I do the Kandasana. Well, I feel it. I need to do that. Yeah, it's like, it's natural. Even my hand, if you notice, one hand is flipping down, the other one is open. I don't do that on purpose. They just happen. And I'll flip over again. You probably are asking, how about the shoulder stand? Well, personally, I rarely practice the shoulder stand. Because, to be honest, every time I do the shoulder stand, I feel heavy. Probably because of my scoliosis and Viparita Karani. Yes, I say, a more accessible position for me. It's lighter. Yeah. And I love doing Viparita Karani, especially holding this, relaxing the brain. In conjunction with the halasana. Okay? Rolling down slowly, with control. Ooh. Okay. Sometimes I just wanted to just melt away after the Viparita Karani. I do that. Yeah, but for this class, let me keep on instructing. All right, and here, circle around. And the other one. Maybe one day I'll do a workshop about this particular technique, because this one is really beneficial for making the hips light, releasing sciatic discomfort, yeah, and helps me manage the abnormal curvature of my spine. Okay, one more. Kandasana. I'm not explaining the details of the asana because I've done many tutorials about this. So if you're learning Kandasana, it may pay watching those specific lessons about the Kandasana. But in a nutshell, Kandasana, again, as we turn our thigh bones out, we pull or we draw the hips inward, although the legs turn out. You are drawing everything to the midline. And then from the midline, that's why I do that. You direct the breath, the energy up. And this works beautifully well with the Kachari Mudra. Good. Because the Kachari Mudra, the tongue itself, is the bandha, is the mudra. The Kachari Mudra is the bandha, it's the mudra. It's the asana of all the asana, of all the techniques. The Kachari Mudra, if you grow it and develop it, yeah, it can really do everything. Yeah. No asana, no kriya can ever attain. Yeah. Of course, the breath plays a vital role. And last of this. And the Kachari Mudra is probably one of my most discussed topics on this channel. I'll try to make my hips light down. Okay. Good. So what is the alternative to that inversion? Again, don't force it. You can use your prop again. You can just do this 1 or 2 blocks. And then from there, We can even place something to elevate the back of the neck. So there's a cushion in between the back of the neck and the floor, and you can just lift your legs up like this. It's the alternative. Huh? Okay? So when you practice again to this lesson, you're prepared. Okay, and my finishing sequence, side stretching, free flowing, shaking and circling around. Okay? And I go back to this drill. I'll try to go higher. Wow, feels good. And I'll try to dangle loose. And I'll hold on to, yeah. So let me just back up a bit so you can see what's happening. Yeah, I will hold on to these pillars. Oh, feels good. Like the monkey bars. But I don't pull up, no, just a light support. After the asana, don't do pull-ups, okay? Don't do pull-ups because your joints are very loose. You don't want to be forcing your muscles to hug. All right. Okay? I'll do one more this side. All right. Sweet. Probably I'll do a handstand, yeah, to finish, but let's end our session on sitting. All right. Happy to be practicing with you again, welcoming this new year with a brand new lesson. Yeah, as I've mentioned in my last tutorial, yeah, the last of the year, I will be sharing with you, yeah, tons and tons of learning. As I grow, you grow as well. All right, inhale, arms lift, and exhale down. Reaching over the head, feeling the grace of the breath and the openness within. Exhaling, and for the health, for our wellness, and around us. Good. Namaste, namaste. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Take care. Bye.